Yo, what's happening, team? This is Coach Christian, and we're going to go over another corrective exercise video. This one is going to be focusing mostly on the neck. So any kind of a neck, upper trap. A lot of times we're, hunched over on the computers looking at our phones a lot, and, we get that neck stiffness, and it kind of leads to tension headaches and a lot of issues with the upper body. So we're going to go ahead and work specifically on the neck for this video. So there's a couple of things that we're going to do to help relieve the tension in the neck. And number one, we're going to try to massage it out. Number two, we're going to go ahead and strengthen it or lengthen it. So that's going to be stretch, And then we're going to go ahead and do a little strengthening exercise, activating the whole posterior chain, kind of our whole upper body, which will actually help strengthen the back of the neck as well, because all of those muscles work together to keep the head nice and strong. So we're going to start ahead with the length or the massage technique. We're going to use a lacrosse ball. So I'm going to go ahead and bring you down here. We're going to get the video camera, there we go. Now what we're gonna do is do a little technique to open up that tension right here. So massage that tension out of the upper trap area, which is giving us, most people, a lot of trouble if we're on the computer for a long period of time. So we can use a big ball like this, which would be like one of those pitching softballs. It's about the same size as that. Or you can use a little lacrosse ball. Either one is fine. I think I'm gonna try to use the lacrosse, you know what? I'm going to use the bigger ball today. Then, just a little bit more digging into my trap because I'm feeling a little bit extra today. So you can also use a baseball. Baseball is perfectly fine as well. So we're going to dig this thing right above the shoulder blade and in between where our neck is. So there's going to be this muscle right here. We're going to go ahead and throw that thing right here. So what we're going to do in this situation is we're going to lean our arm all the way back, let our neck fall to the ground. And now when it's in this area, I want you to squeeze this muscle and dig in there. We're gonna break out all that tenderness, all that achiness that we got into that upper trap right here. And then what we're gonna do after we squeeze is go ahead and bring our arm forward, all the way forward here. Let it come to the ground. Then bringing it back. Once we get back here, we're gonna squeeze. Nice, get that massage, really dig into that area, open up that area, and then bring it back in. Well, we're gonna do this on both sides. I do about 5, nice and slow, bringing the arm all the way back, kind of hang out in the area, maybe squeeze for about 5 seconds, bring it back forward. I do that about 5 times on each side to really open up that neck area right here and get it ready so that we can stretch it out. So after we get that massage, really opening up that neck area, that's gonna be a nice massage. We're gonna go ahead and stretch it out. I dropped this. So we're gonna go ahead and stretch it out. There's an excellent stretch here that you can do any time of day. You can just get up out of your chair and do it. But what we're gonna do in this situation is we're gonna roll those shoulders down and back. Now what I want you to do is punch the bottom of the floor as hard as you can. So we're really putting those shoulders down and back, keeping those fists. Pretend like you're punching the floor the whole time here. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring that chin into the chest here. After that, we're gonna go ahead and bring our chin into the right collarbone and bring the right ear into the right shoulder as much as you can. We're making a big circle here. So at this point, we're gonna go ahead and tilt the neck back, tilt the head back, and look straight up into the air. As we rotate, we're gonna go ahead and bring our left ear into our left shoulder here. As we do that, we're continuing to punch down, and then we're gonna have that chin into the left collarbone, then chin into the chest. Now, I went through that circle pretty quickly. We'll go ahead and do the same thing on the way back. Now, what I want you to do is make sure you're going nice and slow. You're gonna feel areas where that neck is kind of tugging. You may feel it up into the ear, all the way into the shoulder right here. And those are the areas that we kind of want to hang out in, because those are the areas that are giving us a tough time. So you go nice and slow and you kind of stay in those areas. You're going to feel, it's going to feel good to stretch that area. Always punching down to the ground, always shoulders down and back. And then we're going to make a big circle going back to the other direction. You may feel right here, you're going to feel a stretch right here on your neck. Over here, you're going to feel a stretch into this trap, into the left side. Always punching down to get that extra stretch. So punching this arm down, you're gonna feel more all the way up into this ear, and then we're gonna come back down, and that's gonna stretch the back of the neck right here. A lot of our headaches and stuff come from tension that just needs to be stretched out in these areas. So I recommend going through a couple of those circles nice and slow. In the case where your neck is back and you're looking up, if you start to feel dizzy, immediately stop the test. We'll go ahead and do something else. We don't want to feel dizzy at any time. Sometimes we start to feel vertigo, feel dizzy. We don't want to pass out or anything. So if your neck is back and you start to feel dizzy, just stop the test and just go and do the sides. So punch down, look to the side, punch to the right, look into the side, stretch out those areas. This is an area that does get tight when you're looking straight up, but it's not necessary if we're starting to feel dizzy. So that's going to be stretching it after we've massaged that neck area out and we've stretched it out. Now we have an activation technique to kind of strengthen the neck muscles in that area and also the upper body right here. So what we're going to do in this situation is we want to stand next to the wall. We're gonna have our feet a little bit in front of us here. We're gonna pull that belly button into the wall so I can't stick my hand in here. Everything's nice and flat. Pull the rib cage in so everything is nice and flat all the way up. So from here, I want us to tuck our chin and I want you to push your head up against the wall. If you have to really lean back to tuck your head against the wall, what you do is you put a shirt or a towel, and then that's gonna help you just keep tension. That's gonna help strengthen the back of your neck here. But if you have to lean like way, way back to do that, put a towel because we wanna keep everything neutral. We want our ear to be above our shoulder, right in line with our shoulder. So if we have to go way back here to get our neck onto the wall, we need a towel. We need to be about right here when we're tucking, pushing the back of our nodule onto the wall here. So in this position, remember, belly button all the way through, keeping everything flat, tuck that chin, nodules on the wall. Now in this position, just pushing everything back. I'm feeling the neck starting to strengthen up. That's gonna help strengthen the neck muscle. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a half angel. So keeping the back of the wrists and the elbows on the wall, we're gonna come up into this position right here. Now, keeping everything on the wall, we're gonna bend at the elbows. Coming into this position right here. Naturally, your wrists are gonna come off, that's fine. We wanna keep the elbows pressed. We wanna make sure that the belly button doesn't come off, none of the back comes off, we don't flare at the ribs. We're gonna, in this position, now that the wrists have fallen off, we're gonna do our best to push those wrists back into the wall. This is automatically gonna light up the back right here, our upper shoulder girdle and our thoracic spine. That's gonna light everything up. We wanna make sure we're continuing to tuck the chin, pulling the head back. So we're gonna go ahead and pull those wrists back, back. Now in this position, we're gonna pull those elbows down. Now the wrists are really gonna wanna come off the wall and we're gonna wanna flare out from in here. So making sure we keep pulling our belly button back, keeping that chin tucked, pushing the nodule of our head back, and now in this position, we're once again pushing those wrists back into the wall as much as possible here. This is pretty difficult. We'll do about 10 seconds, push. Try to pull those wrists back, all the way back, and relax. Immediately, your neck is gonna start lighting up. You know, your back right here, it's a sneaky core workout too. But all of these muscles work in conjunction to keep your head in a nice position. So, even just while you're driving, what I recommend is trying to get, you know, your head on the back of the headrest, tucking your chin, and you're looking a little bit silly driving, but just getting that push, strengthening the back of the neck. That's what we need to do because all the time we're looking forward right here and we need to strengthen that area to pull it back. So those are the main things that you should do if we have an upper body kind of a neck injury. Our traps are getting tight. We want to massage it out with one of these balls, and then we want to stretch it out by doing that neck stretch, big circles, neck circles, and then we want to get up onto the wall and we really want to try to activate the whole posterior chain right here, and then working on the deep cervical muscles in the back of the neck as well, with a towel on the back of your head if necessary, because we don't want to be too far back, but we do want to have our ears in line with our shoulders when we're doing that. So hopefully this video helps you out. Drop a like if you think it's helpful, and I'll see you next time. Take care.